Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. You are watching YouTube and Facebook channels of Professor Dr. Rizwan Jamil Qureshi. Welcome to the lecture number 16 of Software Design Patterns course. In my previous videos, I covered the creational patterns and I covered singleton, I covered factory, abstract factory, prototype, and the builder pattern. Today I am starting structural pattern. Structural pattern are concerned how classes and objects are composed to form larger structures. So structural class patterns use inheritance and composition both. Inheritance to compose interfaces and implementations, whereas the object composition to realize new functionality. So object composition add flexibility to make changes at runtime. So these are the some brief introduction about the structural patterns. So we have adapter, bridge, composite, decorator, facet, flyweight, proxy are the main structural patterns. So adapter pattern is the first pattern in the structural patterns I am covering. Adapter pattern converts the interface of a class to another interface what the client is required. In other words, the adapter pattern is like a concept of we have 110 voltage in USA and in Middle East and Pakistan, the second world, third world countries, we have 110 and 220 both. Like in Pakistan, we have 220. So if you buy some electronics like laptop, mobile, or some electronic device like fridge, like microwave oven, washing machine, we import from USA. So it will be 110. But we have electricity 220 voltage. So 110 voltage is there in the electronic device and we have 220. So we need adapter. So our electronic device like laptop can function on the 220 and the vice versa. Similarly, we have plug. We have 3 pin, we have 2 pin. So we have, for example, switch circuit board, the switch plate. We have switch plate that is composed of 2 pin switch. So the plug has 3 pins. So we need adapter to plug our switch into the circuit board. And similarly, if we have 2 pin plug and the plate is 3 pin, we need adapter again. So that's the concept. The same here in software. For example, if we have incompatible interfaces, like for example, we have structured Cabol, Pascal, Fortran, C, C++. Such languages are there, and we have legacy systems, the old systems that are developed in 1970s, 80s, and they are still in use, like Pakistan Electricity Billing System is developed in Cabol, and it's a file-based system. Whereas we have new systems like in Java, we have .NET, we have PHP. And if we want to communicate from file-based system to the new system, the legacy system to new system, we need adapter. We need interface in between them to communicate. So we have a concept here, API, Application Programming Interface. Application Programming Interface is a library or set of reusable components so that you can communicate between components, between systems, between applications. Between or among the systems, between or among the applications, it helps to intercommunicate between the objects, between the components, between the systems. For example, we have in Saudi Arabia MADA, the banking system, and I'm account holder of Samba. I can withdraw money from any bank that is operating in Saudi Arabia, like I can go to Bank of Riyadh system, I can go to Arab National Bank, I can go to the Bank Al-Ahli. So I can withdraw money from any ATM system. So there is interface between Samba system and Bank of Riyadh system, Al-Ahli system, Arab National Bank or any bank. So we have external interfaces and we have internal interfaces. So between applications we have APIs available, interfaces are available, so we can communicate between applications or between the systems or between the components or among the applications, among the systems, among the components. So API is a library or set of usable components to have interoperability between applications, between systems, between components, between objects, or among systems, among applications, among objects. For example, we have Microsoft APIs are there, we have Google APIs are there. So we also call them wrappers. So wrapper, like chocolate has a wrapper or sweet has a wrapper. So adapter pattern is there to have communication between incompatible interfaces between different systems, like Visual Studio .NET to Java, NetBeans, or Eclipse, or for example Power Builder, Delphi. You cannot directly communicate from Java NetBeans to .NET or .NET to NetBeans. So you need interface between Java application and .NET application, and that's the job of adapter pattern. So we have middleware architectures as well. We also call them service-oriented architectures. But before that, let me discuss the advantages of adapter pattern. It allows two or more previously incompatible objects interfaces to interact with each other, and it also allows the reusability. So that is another advantage of adapter pattern. For example, if a software company has developed a function using COBOL, Pascal, Fortran, C, C++, and the new project needs the same function. So I don't need to rewrite it, because the reusability pet definition is that write once, run anywhere. So I can call it and use it without rewriting it. No need to reinvent the wheel. So if the same function is required, company already has spent cost, time, effort, resources to code it, to test it, to maintain it. Another advantage of adapter pattern, we have the reusability. We can call function from .NET to Java, Java to PHP, PHP to Python, Python to Perl, Kotlin, Swift. Any programming language, any system, we can communicate using the adapter pattern. So that are the two main advantages of adapter pattern. It helps to intercommunicate between or among objects, systems, or applications or components, as well as it helps to achieve the reusability. So as a software company, you can reuse previously developed function. So write once, run anywhere in the life of a company. So that's the main advantages of adapter pattern. We have middleware architectures, like we have Corba. Corba is Common Object Request Broker Architecture, introduced by OMG, Object Management Group. Object Management Group introduced Corba to achieve intercommunication between or among applications, between or among the systems. So the Corba divides the architecture of different programming languages developed by different vendors to intercommunicate with each other. So I'm showing the architecture of Corba. We have distributed environment. In the distributed environment, I have client application, I have server application. So the client application needs data, function, object, method, procedure from server application. So the application which needs data becomes client application. The application which provides data, function, object, method, procedure will become server application. But before that, you need to register your components in the repository of the operating system, registry of the operating system. Then you need to define IDL. IDL stands for Interface Definition Language, the API, and IDL at the client end, IDL at the server end. So interface definition language or interface description language, you need to write the API. At the client end, we call it stub, and at the server end, we call it skeleton. And then we have network environment like LAN, WAN, MAN, and we have a service, it's called ORB, Object Request Broker Service. It breaks the architecture of different programming languages, so they can intercommunicate with each other, like Java to .NET, Java to PHP, Java to Perl, Java to Python, Java to Cold Fusion, and vice versa. Or COBOL to C, COBOL to .NET, .NET to COBOL, COBOL to Java. So from any language you can intercommunicate using the Corba, because it breaks the architecture, and there is a procedure, it's called RPC, remote procedure call, to call the remote procedures, functions, objects, methods from one application to another application. So that's at the Corba level, we have the middleware architecture, or it's also called service-oriented architecture. Then you have RMI. Now there is a problem in Corba. It was introduced by OMG, Object Management Group. So you need to pay the licensing cost of using the Corba to call one application, to call object, function, data, method from one application to another application. Second problem is that programmers have to learn new programming language, the interface definition language, to define stub and the skeleton at the client end and the server end. So the companies who are using Java, they complain to Sun Microsystem, which is now merged in Oracle, that if we want to call from Java to non-Java application, we have to use Corba and we have to pay licensing cost to OMG, Object Management Group. So because of that, Sun Microsystem introduced RMI, Remote Method Invocation. Remote Method Invocation is like RPC, and it's an API available and as a package available. And RMI will help you to call objects, methods from Java to Java over the distributed environment, over the remote environment. So again, there is a problem. If you want to call from Java to non-Java application, you have to use Corba. So Sun Microsystem introduced RMI plus Genie architecture, Java native interfaces. It will enable the software companies to call from Java to non-Java applications like .NET, PHP, COBOL, Pascal, Fortran, any language. They can call function, method, procedure, objects from Java to non-Java. IBM, Lotus, Sun Microsystem, and the other vendors, they agreed on a common protocol. It's called SOAP, Simple Object Access Protocol. So it has the same function like Corba. It uses RPC, but now SOAP is a combination of HTTP and XML. You have to use DOM architecture, document object model architecture, in which you have parent nodes and you have the child nodes like name, first name, middle name, last name, and the name. And you have to use XSD, extensible style definition, and you have to use XSLT, extensible style language transformation, to define your tags. It's like HTML, but there is a difference between HTML and XML. In HTML, there are predefined tags. For example, HTML head, body, title, BR or B, or for I italic, or A, href, or image source. But in XML, you can define your own tags, the customized tags. And XML can work as a schema. And you know, schema is a logical grouping of database objects, tables, and fields. So you can define your own fields like STID, ST name, ST contact, student ID, student name, student contact, student address, employee ID, employee name, employee address, employee contact, department ID, department name, course ID, course name, credit hours, and so on. So XML can be used as schema, so you can use it for data manipulation, insert data, delete data, edit data, retrieve data, like database. So XML can be used as small databases. You can store small amount of data over the XML environment. SOAP is a protocol that allows you to call function, method, procedures over the distributed environment. So from Java to PHP, PHP to .NET, and so on. So it's like HTML. So you can embed, you can use scripting languages inside the HTML tags to call functions, methods, procedures over the distributed environment. That is about the simple object access protocol. Then we have Activex Architecture by Microsoft. Microsoft has COM, DCOM, OLE technology. COM stands for Component Object Model. DCOM stands for Distributed Component Object Model. So COM components helps you to develop standalone applications, whereas DCOM enables COM components to run over the remote machines. So for example, you can call Microsoft Word or Excel within Visual Studio environment without opening MS Word, without opening Excel. You can host, for example, Excel, Word inside the browser window. So that's the DCOM, and all the vendors who are compatible with Microsoft, you can use COM technology, ND-COM, like Crystal Report, you can use with Microsoft environment, or you can use Java, you can use PHP. So we have OLE is another technology by Microsoft under the Activex object linking and embedding. One becomes the container, other becomes the contained. So you can host Microsoft Word, Excel within the Visual Studio environment, and the API is available in Microsoft platform. If you check the Windows System 32 folder, so DLL stands for Dynamic Link Library, OCX stands for Activex Object Control, and EXE executable files. These are the main system files which enables Windows to run different software over the Windows environment. So there are internal interfaces. If these files are corrupted, then you will see blue screen, because if they are corrupted or they are deleted mistakenly, because these are the main system files that loads the Windows, and it will create internal interfaces over the Windows environment. So you can run Java, you can run PHP, you can run Office, you can run XML, Visual Studio.NET, you can install NetBeans. So over the Microsoft Windows environment, internal interfaces are there between the Microsoft Windows and the Office or Java or PHP. So that are the middleware architectures, and these are the APIs available in Corba, in RMI, SOAP, in Activex. So let's go to an example. So we have client, we have target interface, we have adapter, we have adaptee. So we have credit card interface, and we have bank customer adapter, and we have bank details, which is the adaptee. So we have the main method, the target interface, bank customer implements the target interface and extends the adaptee, which is the bank detail. So these are the main classes we are going to have. We have target interface like credit card, we have bank customer adapter class, we have bank details adaptee, and we have the main. So we have our first class credit card.java. Our package is adapter pattern demo, public interface credit card, and we have two methods, give bank details public void and string get credit card. So we close the interface. That is our first class credit card.java. And then you have adaptive bank details.java. So public class bank details, string bank name, string account holder name, long account number. These are the attributes I defined. Then I define methods, public string get bank name, return bank name, public void set bank name, string bank name, this dot bank name is equal to bank name. Then public string get account holder name, return account holder name, public void set account holder name, string account holder name, this dot account holder name is equal to account holder name, public long get account number, return account number, public void set account number, long account number, this dot account number is equal to account number. So actually I define three attributes, bank name, account holder name, account number. Then I define methods, get bank name, set bank name, get account holder name, set account holder name, get account number, set account number. That is my bank details.java, the adaptive class. Then I have adapter, bank customer.java. So I have same package, import java.io.bufferreader, import java.inputStreamReader, public class bank customer extends bank details, which is adaptee, implements the interface credit card, and then public void give bank detail, the try block buffer reader, buffer object, new buffer reader, new input stream reader, system.in, and then system.out.print, enter the account holder name, string customer name is equal to buffer.read line, system.out.print new line, system.out.print, enter the account number, and long account number is equal to long.parse long. So I process the string into long, system.out.print new line. That is the first part of bank customer. Then we are system.out.print, enter the bank name, string bank name is equal to buffer.read line, set account holder name, customer name, set account number, set bank name, catch block for exception, and then I override from the interface public string get credit card, public long get account number, string account holder name is equal to get account holder name, string bank name is equal to get bank name, return the account number, string and then the variable account number, account holder name, then the string and then the variable bank name. Bank is valid and authenticated for issuing the credit card. So I close the method, I close the class. Then I have the main package adapter pattern demo, the same package, public class adapter pattern demo, and public static void main string arguments, and credit card target interface is equal to new bank customer. The target interface is the new object. Target interface dot give bank details, system dot out dot print target interface dot get credit card. I close the main, I close the class, and then this is the output. Enter the account holder name Rizwan, enter the account number 100, enter the bank name Samba. So the account number 100 of Rizwan in Samba bank is valid and authenticated for issuing the credit card. This is my first exercise for the adapter pattern. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair. May Allah bless you. Assalamu alaikum.